Mrs. Joanna Gray.
That's right.
Liam Devlin. I could do with a cup of tea. It's been a hell of a journey.
Come inside. That's a neat trick.
Well, we're both Irish, sure. Wolfhound me. What's her name?
Patch.
Ah, Patch, is it?
Sit down, Mr. Devlin.
It's lovely, the countryside, isn't it? You'd hardly know there was a war on. Patch?
They're living in a fool's paradise. They lack the discipline the Fuhrer has brought to Germany. These are various papers you'll need.
I'll give you these. These are the ones they give to me.
You know, Sir Henry is away for some time, and only the servants are in the manor house.
Does anyone else know that Winston Churchill will be here?
Only Father Vereker. As to your duties, well, in the main, there'll be merely gamekeeping. I've got your motorbike, which is parked outside, and you can have this shotgun. It is loaded. You know the way to the cottage?
Yeah, I just go down the road. They're probably on my right, and I go through the manor house gates, down to the end of the lane.
Right. Here's the keys. Oh, by the way, petrol for the motorbike. The ration allowance is only 3 gallons a month.
Well, I hope I won't be here that long, Mrs. Gray.
Good day here. Morning.
Good day to you, Colleen. God save the good work.
Oh, what's your back?
My back.
Mr. Devlin?
Mr. Devlin, is it?
Mrs. Gray told us all about you at the last WVS meeting. You're the new Marsh Warden.
And you're with Woman's Voluntary Service.
I help out when I have the time.
Sort of, service in the troops, is it?
I don't mind.
Miss, I do believe you're a little bit of a tease.
Children tease, Mr. Devlin. And I'm almost 19.
God bless all here. Can I have a glass of your strongest, please?
I'm George Wilde, Republican.
Liam Devlin. Marsh Warden.
And that's Arthur Seymour. And over there by the fire, Laker Armsby.
Will you join me in a drink?
A pint of bitter wouldn't be a burden.
Pint of bitter. Sir?
I buys me own. Coming in here all grand with a shotgun and your motorbike. Buying drinks for us who's worked the estate for years and content themselves with less.
Sure, and it can only be because of my good looks.
Make fun of me, boy, and I'll squash you like a slug.
Arthur.
You walk soft around here. You keep your place. And you stay away from Molly Pryor.
Sure, and if I've caused any offense, I'm sorry.
Arthur. Now get out.
Today, I leave, boy. But from now on, when you see me, you leave.
1 and 9, please.
Great here, Father.
Oh, good afternoon.
Liam Devlin. I'm Sir Henry's new marsh warden. I'm just introducing myself around.
Oh, well, I'm Father Verica. This is my sister, Pamela. She's up from Mildenhall Aerodrome on a weekend leave.
That's your sister, is it? How do you do?
How do you do? I'll be back with tea, Philip. Bye. Bye, Mr. Devlin.
Goodbye.
We have a small, if loyal, congregation here, Mr. Devlin. I look forward to your adding to it. You are Catholic.
Oh, yes, Father, I'm Catholic.
Did you come for confession?
Oh, no, with apologies, Father. I'm afraid this poor soul is well past redemption.
God forgive me, but this parish confessional could do with a spicy revelation every now and then. Oh, and don't forget the words of our Lord, Mr. Devlin. The last shall be the first.
And in that case, Father, I'm assured a place at the head of the line.
Where did you find this?
DC-3. Captured almost intact.
Gerike,
Herr Oberst.
will it be ready in time?
No problem, Herr Oberst.
Where did she go? Huh? All right, my friend.
What kept you?
What kept me, is it? Why, you little devil. My God, and I'll know you to the crack of doomsday, that's for sure.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's an expression they have from where I come. You use these things?
No.
Good for you. Stunt your growth. You with your green years still ahead of you? Almost 19, eh? What month?
February.
25th?
22nd.
But I was right, though. You're a little fish. You and me should get along well. Me being a Scorpio. Never marry a Virgo, though. Virgo and Pisces never hit it off. Now take Arthur, for example. I've got a terrible hunch he's a Virgo. You'll have to watch it with him.
Arthur. Arthur Seymour, you crazy.
No, but I think he is. Pure, clean, virtuous, and not very hot. That's a Virgo. Well, that's a terrible shame from where I'm lying. You're gonna have a terrible problem with your weight if you don't watch your food.
Bastard. Are you laughing at me?
What else would you have me do with you? Molly Pryor. Now, don't answer that.
How do you know my name?
George Wilde told me. At the pub.
Oh, I see. And Arthur, is he there?
You could say that. I get the feeling that he looks upon you as his personal property.
You can go to hell. I belong to no man.
Your nose turns up. Did anybody ever tell you that? And when you get angry, your mouth turns down at the corners.
I'm sure you could find 100 things wrong with me, Mr. Devlin. 1,000. But you wouldn't throw me out of your bed on a wet Saturday night, I'm sure. But that's meant for you. Anything's better than nothing.
Wait a minute. Come here. You don't know the first thing about me. Because if you did, you'd know that I much prefer a warm autumn afternoon under the pines to a wet Saturday night any day. Then the sand is a terrible way of getting where it shouldn't be. Get out of here before I let my mad passion run away with me. Go on, get.
They told me all Irishmen were crazy. Now I believe them. I'll be at Mass on Sunday, will you?
Do I look like I will?
Yes, I think you do.
Oh, Devlin, you bloody idiot. You never learn. Never bloody learn.
I've spoken with Himmler. He sends personal wishes for success from the Fuhrer himself. You've altered the parachutes. Why?
Well, unfortunately, we have high tide at first light when we must drop. So we may land in the surf.
These slots enable us to guide the chute. It's experimental and the landing velocity is high. But we have no choice.
I assume they've been adequately tested.
Jawohl, Herr Oberst.
I have one request. Demand, actually.
Blackmail at this point,
We are not spies, and we will not be treated as such by the British. If anything goes wrong, we will wear our own uniforms under the Polish outfits, and if necessary, we will fight and die as what we are, German paratroopers. Max, it is not a subject for negotiation.
In that case, agreed.
Hello, Liam.
Compliments on the dress. It's a great improvement. Why pick on me?
Because you're lovely. Because you could never fall in love with me.
Well, I might. Just for spite.
It wouldn't matter. I could never fall in love with you.
I'm bad for you, girl, dear. I'm no good for you at all. There's no future in it. I'm not telling you that to make you want me more. I'm telling you because it's the truth.
I'm here. Your turn to leave.
Arthur, did I ever tell you about the uncle I've got up in Belfast? No, of course I didn't. He earned his living as a bare-knuckle boxer. It's all right, Father. I'm just telling him about the Holy Trinity. You know it? Footwork, timing and hitting. And a little bit of dirty work. Learn these, my uncle would say, and you'll inherit the earth as surely as the meek. You never know when to lie down, do you, Arthur?
Liam!
Well, Arthur, looks like he bought you a drink after all.
Yele mahakut.
Karamahut.
Flanne.
It's perfect. Which way is England?
You, tell Obes Radl who you are.
Kapral Andrzej Jankowski, panie pułkowniku.
You,
Kapral Stanisław Kunicki, panie pułkowniku, as you very well know.
get back in line.
Na moją komendę. Rado, chodź!
Very much impressed. You know, it all started as a joke, an insane joke.
I hope that Winston Churchill appreciates our sense of humor.
Good luck, Steiner.
Thank you, Max.
Falcon, this is Eagle. Are you receiving me?
Eagle, this is Falcon receiving you.
What are conditions over the nest?
Visibility good, cloud cover low, wind freshening.
Eagle out.
do you think his game is? Black market? Or worse? There's 2 army trucks outside, without numbers on. Yet, this, German, it's worse.
Arthur, if you love me, you won't breathe a word of this until he's had a chance
I'll have that bastard arrested within the hour.
I've never meant to tease you. I know I have, but I've never really meant to.
You lying little tart.
I love him, Arthur. What you do to him, you do to me as well.
You can both rot in hell.
Stop! Arthur! I won't let you go!
Mother of God. Flying pigs.
By the way, have you found out who Starling is yet?
Of course I have. Why?
Because I'm hoping it is not him.
It isn't. I want him buried right away.
Right? Bring 2 men.
Your helmet.
Herr Reichsführer, I have the honor to announce the Eagle has landed.
I am very pleased to hear it.
I return to Alderney within the hour. I would be honored if you would tell our Führer.
I will tell the Führer nothing. For a variety of reasons, I would prefer this to come, how shall I put it? I would prefer it to come as a surprise to him.
How much of a surprise could it be?
You have the letter. These are difficult times, Herr Oberst. The destiny of Germany rests on his shoulders. It is essential we avail ourselves of this opportunity to please him. We are all in Oberst Steiner's hands now.
hello to you, grandfather. Foreigners? Polish. Kapral Kunitsky. Kunitsky? Well, that's not your fault, son, is it?
Oh, please, don't stop.
My apologies, Father. I am Corporal Andrzej Jankowski, sent by my colonel to find you. However, I could not help myself.
I don't blame you. You play marvelously. You know, Bach needs to be played well. It's a fact I remember with constant frustration every time I take that seat.
I'm sorry, Father, but my colonel...
Yes, yes.
Father Verica, is it?
Yes.
Colonel Miller, assigned to command the independent Polish parachute unit.
Colonel Miller, what can I do for you?
Well, we're on exercise presently. I only have a handful of my men here. The rest are scattered all over Norfolk. Now, there is a rendezvous tomorrow, but I'd like to take these chaps on some harmless maneuvers through the village. If that wouldn't be too much of a burden for you.
On the contrary, Colonel, we could do with a bit of excitement around here. You know, I'm sure everyone in the village will do everything they can to help.
Well, I shall be counting on that, Father.
Philip, this is Captain Harry Clark of the American Rangers.
Ah.
How do you do, Father?
How do you do? My sister's told me a great deal about you. Oh, Pamela, this is Colonel Miller. Colonel, this is my sister, Pamela.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And Captain Clark?
Colonel?
Captain?
I hope you'll be staying for tea.
No, I'm sorry, Father. I can't. I'm needed back at headquarters.
Oh.
We had no idea you guys were in the neighborhood.
Yes, you're quite a surprise to our group as well.
Free Polish paratroopers, huh?
Yes, that's right, Captain.
Well, listen, we got a couple Polish guys in our outfit. Maybe your men would like to meet them sometime.
Yes, maybe a little later if it's not too far. Where exactly are you staying, Captain?
Well, we're about 8 miles up the road in Meltham House.
Ah, Meltham House. What sort of strength would you have there?
Well, we're just a company now.
Ah, Meltham House. I'll make a point to remember that.
Good.
Miss Verica?
Goodbye.
Father, thank you.
Not at all, Colonel.
Captain?
Colonel?
Have the men hang on by the truck.
Natychmiast, panie pułkowniku. Wychodźcie ze mną.
Let's have a look at the upper part of the village. Don't drive too slowly.
And on the left-hand side of the road. Foreigners, Poles.
And Yanks, too.
And Irish.
Get back into your foxhole, Laker. You're getting invaded.
What have you been doing in that uniform, Captain?
Moss, you did not get those 3 rockers by asking stupid questions. What is it now? The new outfit arriving?
No, sir. He wants to see you. Sir?
8 years. 8 years in the National Guard every other weekend. 2 weeks out of the year up to my ass in swamp water in Louisiana. I thought I can feel those mosquitoes now. But I made it. I got my rank. You were at Benning when I got my command. Best goddamn outfit a man could ever hope to have. 11 weeks training for this mission. Day after tomorrow, the rest of the outfit's coming in. We're gonna hit the beach. That was my chance. My last chance, Clark. Finally, get my feet wet in action before this goddamn war is over. And now this.
You won't be leading us in, sir?
Lead you in, goddammit, the bastards are sending me home. Hey, read this. Read it. Go ahead. Top line. Pets, Clarence E. 0168388621. Post holding detachment. Reassignment Fort Benning, Georgia. Air transportation, priority 2. Hell, they're not even in a hurry to get me home.
Gosh, isn't there anything you can do, Colonel?
Do about it? Look at the signatures on the bottom of that. Not one of those men had ever been in action. Not one had a combat command. Not one. What do you want? What are you doing here, Clark?
Sir.
Fort Benning, Georgia. You know how hard it is in Fort Benning, Georgia? I should have been in on the finish. Wait till my daddy hears about this.
Biegiem! Następna grupa! Padnąć! Biegiem! Szybko! Szybciej, szybciej!
Keep up this foolishness for 20 more minutes, Hans. Then gradually establish the roadblocks. Slowly, mind you. 2 men at a time. Yes, that's coming along nicely, Virginsky.
Thank you, sir.
That was very impressive, Colonel.
Well, thank you, Father. My new orders call for me to be heading down into the marshes soon. I don't suppose you'd know of anyone who could...
Fate would have it, Colonel. You are even now in the presence of the official marsh warden himself, Liam Devlin, at your service.
Oh, what a bit of good luck.
Colonel, I'm Mrs. Gray.
How do you do?
Considering Mr. Devlin has been in my employ for less than 2 days, I might suggest a third person along, as insurance against losing you both forever.
I don't suppose I could be rude enough to impose.
Not at all. I'd be delighted.
Thank you.
Why don't I,
Yes, please do. I'll get in the back. It's a little awkward. Any further news of Churchill?
Yes, the party's left King's Lynn.
In the house, is there an alternate escape route?
There's an entrance at the rear and another one opposite the church.
Yes. Well, let's hope it won't be necessary.
What a lovely day for fantasies. The Colonel's. That he'll actually be able to pull this thing off. Mine, a cup of tea, and a little country girl. And Mrs. Gray's, that even after all of this is over, she's still going to be asked to be Lady Willoughby.
Sir Henry's a pleasant enough dullard. We became friends after my husband died. They were partners together in a South African venture.
South African. That's what I can hear in your voice. A trace of Afrikaans.
My mother, since you noticed. She died there along with my sister in a British concentration camp. Or did you think the Nazis invented them?
Revenge. The classic motive. I congratulate you.
What about you, Mr. Devlin? Do you have a motive?
Regrettably, no.
In other words, if someone else had asked you to abduct Adolf Hitler, you would be in Berlin right now.
If all this lunacy doesn't work out, Colonel, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.